subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications. And once you're done, leave a comment down below and I just might end up responding. We talked about matches that saved a wrestler's career, so let's flip it up a bit and talk about those matches that actually managed to ruin a career of these respective wrestlers. While most of these names did continue to wrestle, and some even still do to had massive amounts of momentum that were completely halted by Big Match John. Going into WrestleMania 31, why were any of us hasn't won on pay-per-view in over 2 years as of right now, so hey, thanks John. Number 9, Triple H versus Booker T. Now, I'm not trying to insinuate that WWE is racist, but god damn, this was racist as shit. This storyline revolved around a group of rich white men bullying a black man with a struggle, at one point throwing money to the floor, at one point asking him to carry bags, and at one point saying people like you, before the rags to riches story eventually finally made his way into the WrestleMania World Heavyweight Championship match against Triple H and, well, Triple H hits a pedigree, and about 47 hours later, the game simply places an arm over Booker and gets a fucking pinfall victory. Seriously, we can't even show you the entire thing. It was legitimately that long. Wrestling dictates that if there's even like a couple seconds in between a finisher and a pinfall, they're kicking out. There were 30 seconds.
This pedigree! Oh, baby! By God, out of desperation, but it was a thunderous pedigree, perfectly done by the world's champion.
That's a mark of a true champion, JR, when you can reach deep down in times of desperation and pull out a move like that. What a pedigree. Cover him, that's it.
Triple H got the pedigree.
I think Nate's going to have a stroke.
He's got the hand on it.
Number 8, Buff Bagwell versus Booker T. What the fuck is this? What is this? WWE, stop trying to be WCW, okay? You put them out of business. You won the war. You really do not need to flex this hard. I know Vince was like actually trying to recreate WCW here, but come on, you have to be fucking insane to think that could actually work. That's why I think this was a ploy. We're gonna purposefully send out Buff Bagwell against Booker T, a name we can actually, get invested into in the future before Triple H goes all racist on him, and purposefully make Buff look like shit. Vince, you didn't screw Brett. You screwed Buff.
Austin Angle.
You can't trust Austin. Nobody can trust Austin. He's got to know that.
Oh, look at this. He's getting the same treatment.
Number 7, Bayley versus Alexa Bliss. Alright, I'm gonna be real with you boys and girls. It wasn't a match that ruined Bayley's career. It was a stupid fucking promo. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it's called This Is Your Life. Now in this segment, you can watch as all the love the fans had for Bayley slowly saps away back into the tree of life where the sap came from. I don't know where this metaphor is going. Basically, WWE once again cringily tried recreating The Rock and Mankind's legendary This Is Your Life segment in a legit heel way, and once again, it did not work. WWE, please learn from your mistakes, because Bayley's still paying for them.
I only dated Bayley because I wanted to get close to you, Tracy.
Number 6, Triple H versus Scott Steiner. This one's kind of disgusting. I'm not even going to frown on you boys. Like, I know professional wrestling is greased up, flexing muscular masses to an extent, but if you really aren't into those greased up masses flexing those muscles, this ain't the match for you. Scott Steiner's first big feud with WWE, and it was seriously over who had a better physique, Triple H or Scott Steiner, and it led to classic moments such as the following. Insert D-Wicket hates wrestling here.
7, 8, 9, 10. Wait a minute. What the hell? What's this? What the hell? The judges are attacking Scott Steiner. Who the hell are these guys?
And he goes for the spear before the cerebral asshole busts out Old Faithful Sledgehammer and pops Bergmite in the head for the immediate 1, 2, 3. How fucking weak can you get?
Look at that! That's a sledgehammer! Bergmite head to Triple H. That's sledgehammer! He hit Goldberg!
Number 4, Bray Wyatt versus John Cena. How depressing is it that there's probably half a dozen or more matches you could point out as the match that really put Bray over the edge in terms of absolute dog shit booking? You could look further down the line at his next Mania matchups with The Undertaker or Randy Orton, or the entirety of his Roman feud, but how about the pinfall that started them all? Earlier we listed off a number of monsters that have had their momentum stopped by Mr. Cena, and before Rusev, there was Bray. Listed for the obvious reason that if there's ever been a match that John Cena needed to lose, it was this one. Bray didn't just lose his footing after this match. He may as well have cut his fucking legs.
To Bray. Yeah,
Bray Wyatt has not been the same since that first clothesline that John Cena hit him right in the face with.
Number 3, The Rock versus Billy Gunn. Guess which one of these names I'm talking about. I'm sorry, I keep breaking my own rules, but technically I wouldn't say that it was a match that killed Gunn's career. Instead, I think it was when God forgot his name in one of, if not the single greatest roast in WWE history. The Rock stands alone in the ring and pretends to have the back and forth between Mr. Ass and Mr. Mass, and it goes a little something like this. Well, you see, Bob, but my name's Billy. And I would really like anyone who doesn't know this moment yet to guess in the comments what comes next.
Bob, but my name's Billy. It doesn't matter what your name is.
Number 2, Bart Gunn versus Butterbean. Holy shit, how did the WWF ever become so popular? Like, come on, we're gonna give our fans a shoot tournament full of real fighting that gets won by this fucking dipshit Bart Gunn, a guy no one knows or has any investment in, barring the most well-known thing he was JBL's tag team partner before JBL. This dude wins our legit fighting tournament, so we take him off TV for a few months and feed him to real-life boxing heavyweight champion Butterbean. Look at this fucking massive humanity. Look at Bart Gunn. Alright, I'm not doing the whole Old Spice commercial, but I want you to predict how badly Goliath kicked the shit out of David in the comments. Oh, psych, he literally hit him once.
27 seconds left. Round one. There's the right hand. Folks, it's over. Goodbye. It's over. Butterbean with a first-round knockout of Bart Gunn.
And number 1, the Nexus versus WWE. Fuck you, John Cena. I normally have a lot of praise for the 16-time world champion and poster boy of World Wrestling Entertainment, especially over the years as he's properly grown into the position I think he should be rocking out with. The problem comes in when you factor that the Nexus was the hottest thing in the company for a short stretch in 2010, and that was a solid 6 to 7 years before Cena took on his proper role. So, instead of an epic overcoming story where this new, interesting, this unique and devastating team manages to sweep the rug out from underneath WWE's roster, John Cena took a DDT on concrete and still beat a 2-on-1. One of those two being the leader of the Nexus. John Cena had creative control over this match's finish, and despite both Edge and Chris Jericho explaining how bad of an idea it was to bury 7 potential future key players for WWE, he stuck with his guts and ended up regretting it anyway. I know I sound like I'm losing it, but I cannot believe John Cena, of all people, genuinely thought this was a good idea. Like, let's just look at each Nexus member in this picture and see where they peak, shall we? Going from left to right, Darren Young brought back Bob Backlund without his meds, Justin Gabriel was Adam Rose's bunny, David Otunga was the worst commentator of this decade, Barrett had bad news, Slater had kids, Tarver literally just had that fucking mask, and Ryback got chopped in the balls by Brad Maddox in a referee outfit. Literally, how did this happen?
Daniel Bryan.
What? Daniel Bryan? You gotta be kidding me. This is Daniel.
And those are the 10 matches that basically ruined a wrestler's career, especially the poor Nexus. Jesus fucking Christ. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments down below after liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and notifications-ing that bell.